Hello viewers, friends, and subscribers, it's AG, and I'm here to answer your questions from last week, and boy do we have a lot of them. What would you say is the best Zelda title? What would your thoughts be if they made a Zelda movie? And what's your favorite band, song, genre? Well, if they made a Zelda movie, I'll be totally psyched for that. And to be honest, it's actually a big dream of mine to direct a Zelda movie. That would be the pinnacle of anything I ever directed my whole life would be a Legend of Zelda movie. Not sure if I can do it. If I did a fan film, I could definitely do it. But like a Hollywood feature film, I would totally go see it. Totally. I don't really have a favorite band, but my favorite genre of music has been like R&B, rap, and hip-hop. Why? Because I kind of grew up with it, so it just ingrained in me, and yeah, the music nowadays is not as good as it was when I was growing up, but saying that makes me feel old, but I do believe that. And my favorite song probably has to be Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. What are your thoughts on Nintendo bringing back the Koopalings in New Super Mario Bros. Wii? Well, it seems like Nintendo only thinks the Koopalings belong in 2D, but I would love to see them in a 3D game. That's all I have to say. Fred, Smosh, or NIgahiga? AVGN or Nostalgia Critic? And what's your favorite animal? NIgahiga for sure. Nostalgia Critic because I think he's funnier than AVGN, even though AVGN has more nostalgic videos. And my favorite animal of all time has to be dogs. I mean, I love dogs. When's Mega Man 3 walkthrough coming out? And what do you think about Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass? You know, I didn't really schedule when the Mega Man 3 walkthrough is coming out. How about you give me a reasonable date, and I'll try to do it by then. To be honest, I'm not really interested in the Zelda handheld games. They're kind of continuing where Wind Waker left off, and it's not a big deal. Who's the one person you would really like to meet? It could be anybody. The one person I'd really like to meet is Robert Rodriguez because he's the one who really inspired me to be a filmmaker and showed me that you can make a movie with a shoestring budget as long as you're really creative and have a good story. If you can remake any movie, which would you do and why? I really wouldn't remake anything. Remaking movies in Hollywood, especially this decade, has been a business of its own because of our economic times that we've been going through lately. And it's just a big marketing strategy because Hollywood knows if they remake something from the past and you're familiar with that franchise, you're more likely to go see that than something that's original. Because you might see something that's original and like, oh, I don't know about that movie. I don't know if I should see that. But if a new Miami Vice comes out, a new Friday the 13th, a new Nightmare on Elm Street, oh wow, they remade this movie. I know that movie, I know those characters, and then you go pay to see it. Happens all the time, and that's what's making money for Hollywood. They're going to keep doing it until they run out of remakes to do. And then they're just going to be remaking the remakes, which makes a lot of sense. Why haven't you done any more movie giveaways as the movie messenger? Well, in the beginning I was giving away DVDs, but then when I did As Good As It Gets and Marley and Me, I had contests for those videos, and nobody participated. And I had bought 4 copies of As Good As It Gets, and I bought a really good copy of Marley and Me, and I spent like $50 on those, and nobody participated in the contest. And I was like, wow, that was like a waste of money. So then I just threw away the contest thing, and I was like, hey, forget about it. And that's that. But I do plan to bring back the DVD giveaways in the future, so don't worry about that. It's gonna come again soon, okay? Do you like heist movies? And if so, what is your favorite? And if Nintendo suddenly went bankrupt, what would you think you would do? And if Nintendo went bankrupt, I'm pretty sure either Sony or Microsoft would buy them. If the internet died, what do you think will happen? Chaos would ensue. Do you know the movie preview critic here on YouTube? No. What are your thoughts on the Super Smash Bros. Series? What's your favorite character to use? And which version is better? I actually love the Smash Bros. Series to death. Favorite characters to use? Original Smash Bros. Pikachu, Smash Bros. Melee, Pikachu, and Smash Bros. Brawl, Kirby, because they gimped Pikachu. Best version? Melee, because it's a lot harder and it takes a lot more skill to play. What are your thoughts about the remake of the 80s anime movie Akira? And have you seen Battle Royale yet? With the remakes again. It should be fine. I don't know. I mean, they're remaking everything, so who knows? As long as they don't make it like that Dragon Ball Z movie that just came out, should be okay. And Battle Royale? No, I haven't seen it, but I will let you know when I do. What was the most violent video game you played as you were growing up? Believe it or not, it was Mortal Kombat, and that's why I loved it so much, and that's why parents were flipping out about it, and that's why senators were going crazy over the violence. And if you play it today, it's pretty damn tame. Would you consider doing a Link to the Past walkthrough? And what is your opinion on remakes in general? A Link to the Past walkthrough, that would take forever to do. I don't know, do you really need a Link to the Past walkthrough? I don't know. If you really want one, I'll think about it. I want to make my walkthroughs kind of different from other people's walkthroughs. I want them to do interactive. So if there was a way I could figure out doing interactive, sure, I'll do Link to the Past. And I think you already heard what I said about remakes. I don't believe you should do them. No. I mean, Hollywood's only doing them to make money, but that's understandable. What's your favorite RPG? I think I answered this one already, but if I didn't, it's Final Fantasy IX. What games out there that were loved by everyone you don't like? And my last question I asked, what tips you have for a series? Well, I have another. What kind of stuff should I use to make it look good? Do the lighting, camera angles, that kind of thing. A game that everyone likes that I don't like? Freaking Halo on Xbox. And more tips to help you make your web series. It's going to take forever, like a whole nother video to do. So I'm going to put links in the description to help you out. They're YouTube tips to help with your lighting and your videography and that kind of thing. So that should help you out. And other links to other sites that can help you out too. Have you seen Pulp Fiction? If so, do you like it? And what is your favorite TV series of all time? Do I like Pulp Fiction? Man, this movie is amazing. And this DVD, this is the collector's edition, has so much bonus material, I just couldn't stand it. This is what DVDs are all about. So if you don't have this DVD, it's the collector's edition of Pulp Fiction, I recommend it. Highly recommend it. I love Quentin Tarantino's movies. I just bought Inglourious Basterds on DVD. Bought this one at Target because it came with the soundtrack. Best Buy was selling this for $24.95 just by itself. But if you buy this at Target right now, it comes with the movie soundtrack too. So that's pretty freaking awesome. Favorite TV show of all time? It's The Wonder Years. What are your thoughts on the Castlevania series and the direction it took after Symphony of the Night? Well, on the NES, I had all the Castlevania games as a kid. I love number 3 the best because you can play as different characters. I always played as Alucard because you can fly around as a bat and pretty much fly over like the whole stage. I mean, if you have enough magic. And I played the Super NES Super Castlevania 4, which I thought was pretty amazing. Then when I got to Symphony of the Night, it was a really great step up for the series. But since then, it's like all the games are trying to be like Symphony of the Night, but not as good. So, I'm not really excited about the newer ones all the time, because they're always mimic Symphony of the Night, like the ones on the DS. I kind of played a couple of those. I was like, it's just like, been there, played that. If you were forced to play your favorite game of all time, or to watch your favorite movie of all time for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Well, basically this question's asking me, would I rather play Ocarina of Time for the rest of my life or watch The Shawshank Redemption for the rest of my life? I would have to say play Ocarina of Time for the rest of my life. And here's why. Because I think if I watched Shawshank Redemption like a million times, I would probably get sick of it. But I think if I was like deserted on some like desert island and I had to play Ocarina of Time, and it wouldn't be as bad because, I mean, even though I'd be alone and, you know, think about like that movie Castaway. Like if I was like him and I was on that island with Ocarina of Time, I would probably just talk to the characters on screen like they were real. Kind of like he did with the volleyball. I'd be like, hey Malin, hey Talon, how's it going? You know, just walking through the stages and talking to all the townsfolk like they were real people. I mean, I'd be crazy, but at least I'd have friends. Sort of.